Hello, and welcome back to All the Mods 9 to the Sky. Last episode, the two-parter, we got our power setup going. We got some automatic crafting with applied energistics, and we set up a couple of hostile neural network farming simulation chambers so that we can start farming some wither stars. I also started doing some base work in these episodes, and that's the first thing that I'm going to continue with today, because I want to work in this area up here to do a little building before we make any actual progress. Before that though, I would like a wireless crafting terminal, because it's getting kind of annoying to come down here every time I want to get like blocks or something. Okay, a whole bunch of little itty bitty crafting later. We should be able to grab the wireless crafting terminal. And if we try to use this, right now we can see that the device is not linked. So we'll need a wireless access point in order for this to work. And we could just pop this right in the back of our system here. Now if we open this up and put our crafting terminal inside, this will link it to our system. We do need to get this crafting terminal some power, which I suppose we can do player transmitter? Player aerial pearl. Let me try this. To get power into this crafting terminal, we're going to use a player transmitter from powah, and we connect this up to our system, and it will be able to charge any items that we have in our inventory. We first need to get a player aerial pearl by finding a zombie. Hopefully we can get a zombie. There you are. Yoink. Then we can grab this, and maybe I'll go ahead and upgrade it as high as we can go to increase how much power we can send to ourselves. We are also going to need a binding card. Now we take our player transmitter, connect it up to our power source. We just do that here. We can attach our binding card to this player transmitter. Maybe if we attach it to our player first, you just right click to make it your card. And then we pop it in the player transmitter. And now any items that we need to charge will be charged automatically by this. And I'm still working on getting up these power reactors because we are still not making nearly enough energy. But now we should be able to have wireless crafting terminal. It doesn't have that great of a range at the moment though. We can solve this problem by making wireless boosters. So let's make some of these to go into our wireless access point. And this will increase the range quite a bit. The more of these you add, it kind of goes up exponentially. So just adding one increases it by 1. And then you can see it goes up by more and more every time you add more. It doesn't increase the energy usage of it though. Hopefully we have enough of that. Oh, we do not. What we do have, however, is enough blazing crystal to get the blazing crystal seeds so that we can get blazing crystal automatically and upgrade our reactor again. Yeah, having this wireless crafting terminal is going to make our lives a whole lot easier so that we can access our ME system anywhere. Let's build me a blazing reactor. Ooh, let's get me some more uraninite seeds. The real reason I wanted this crafting terminal to be wireless was that so I could grab blocks and put them back in our system pretty easily, so I can start building. Which is what I'm gonna do for a little bit. Hello, I'm back. It's been a couple of days. I did a cool little live stream where I built a whole bunch. Started working on like the foundations of how this base is gonna go, I think. It looks really cool so far, and I had a really good time on the stream with everyone. And I hope I can do more of those in the future. But now we can get into the actual meat of today's video. What was I doing anyway? That was like 2 days ago for me. Aha, that's right. I need to finish getting my powah set up so I can do other things. What tier are we on? I think we have the blazing reactor. We need the niotic one. So we need niotic crystals, which are made by energizing diamonds. And of course we need compressed blocks of this. So we need 4 compressed diamond blocks to energize up and make some seeds. Of course, it's doesn't look like I'm gonna have enough diamonds. Not nearly. Okay, that might have to wait a bit. Unless... Aha! Now I can just energize these and wait a while. Or I can make higher tier energizing rods. Let's give this a shot. I'm also realizing I never upgraded my reactor. I also may once again need more uraninite seeds. Oh my gosh, I just realized I never gave the tour. Okay, so far here's what we've got in the base additions. I redid this main room here. Kind of spaced everything out more. Still need to get rid of all these drawers. And then all this is going to go away eventually too. It just needed a place for the time being. And then back here we have our hallway and everything. Nothing back here has changed. And then you go upstairs. And this is going to be kind of like a big open area here in the middle. I'm going to put like a roof over top, like a dome, and then a like skylight with some glass. And then this is gonna kind of be open. And then the only building that I've like actually mostly finished is this farm area here with all of our mystical agriculture crops. I really like how this is turning out with the design and everything. We have our Inferium farm fully stocked now, and then all of our rando seeds. Of course, they aren't working because they need hose, which we're going to fix here in a little bit. I did a cool little trick hiding the lily pads. Well, we got them underneath here, but then also hidden under these moss carpets are some more, keeping everything nice and fast. And then we go in the middle here. We've got a little elevator that takes us up to the second floor where we have all of our storage, our insanium crafting, and the infusion altar, at least for now. There will be more stuff up there in the future, I assume. But yeah, I'm really liking this design and everything. I had a really good time building. And I appreciate all of the suggestions that were coming through in the live stream. It was such a good time. And we're going to keep building this. And I'll probably do more live streams in the future for building. Just because it's a fun little thing to do. Keep me occupied. Anywho, what was I doing? Right, seed making. Let's sort of automate our seed process here. What we're going to do is take a couple of modular routers. And let's put one last one over here. Now, each of these are going to be working with a different thing. So we need one for the prosperity seeds. Those are going to send these into the infusion altar. We can select that, and it should send it over there. I thought that would be because I'm using a polar module. That would probably be why it's not working. Geez, there we go. In our next modular router, we're going to send all of our essence. So we'll need to select 4 of the pedestals, which we'll use a distributor module for. And then the other 4 are going to be for the item itself. So let's put the uranite in there. I'm going to call it that no matter what, even if that's not the name. And then eventually this is going to turn into uraninite seeds. And in this polar module, we want to blacklist the prosperity seeds so that it doesn't take those. It only takes the finished seeds. And then I'm pretty sure this you do have to pull from the bottom and then pull it into the router. We should get automatic seeds just like that. So there we go. Here's a bunch more uraninite seeds. Hopefully this will be enough. Finally. Because I never have any somehow. Alright. 36 blazing reactors. Oh, it looks like I could use a crafting CPU upgrade as well. This means I'm gonna need Inscriber automation. Yay. Okay, so yeah, it is looking like we're gonna need a crafting storage upgrade, which means I'm gonna need Inscriber automation because these take lots of processors that I don't want to hand make anymore. So let's take care of that. For this project, we're gonna need 5 Inscribers, and let's pop these in here. And then I guess we can just use modular routers for this. Why not? We'll also need a pattern provider and a storage of some kind. This we're going to link back up to our system. Now, each of these inscribers is going to be processing a different processor. So we'll need to set up a recipe for each one of these, or like the item transportation. I know what I'm talking about. We'll also need each one of the inscriber presses. Now let's just go through this one at a time. In this first inscriber, we're going to do silicon. So we're going to have this pull from the barrel, and we want to whitelist silicon. And that should be all we have to do for that, actually. And then I think we just do that for the rest of these. Calculation press, we're going to pull Certus quartz. Logic press, we're going to pull gold. And then engineering, we're going to pull diamonds. The last step is going to be to have a distributor module pull all of the finished processors into this last inscriber here. So we want all 3 of the printed circuits along with printed silicon and redstone, which is also going to go in here. Whitelist that. We need to pull the redstone from the barrel as well. Have all that go in here. And then finally, we'll send all those finished processors back into the barrel. And then I think we're good to make recipes for this. When we go to make the recipe for the processor though, we want to remove the printed circuit and printed silicon and instead just input the raw item that it takes. So in this case, we're going to add gold and silicon. And then we'll just do the same for the other 2. These will go in our pattern provider. And I think we're good now. If I request a logic processor, it sends all of the items. Oh, and I guess I forgot I need to send them to the inscribers themselves. Oh, and then in the distributor module that's pulling all of the printed circuits in, we want to make sure that transfers into the router. And I think we're good now. Granted, these could all use some speed upgrades, and these inscribers can use acceleration cards. Right, and then this gets sent back into this one once it's done. And send it into the barrel, which we need to send back into the pattern provider. And we should be good. Let's test this out. I want to make a recipe for acceleration cards, which takes calculation circuits. Let's give this a test. If I make 20 of these, it looks like everything's working. Cool. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Oh, I guess I forgot to set a filter for this so that it doesn't pull everything back into it. Yeah, we want this to only send those processors back into the pattern provider, nothing else. That's what threw it off. Sweet, now these should all be working properly. Finally, we can add acceleration cards in here to speed these all up. Now that all those are taken care of, I should be able to expand my crafting storage, and we can get rid of this guy. We just need a recipe for the 4K storage component and the 1K one. Alright, auto crafting for 4K storage cell. And let's make a 4K crafting storage. Swap this out with our 1K. And now we should have more storage for our crafting. So when we go to craft, I don't even remember what I was crafting. Was I making blazing reactors? Yeah, that's what it was. See, now we have 4,000 bytes, so we'll be able to handle this crafting recipe. I also definitely need to get a recipe for more pattern providers, because we are looking a little slim on pattern storage. What am I going to do here? Oh, that doesn't work, does it? So I'm going to go ahead and add one more modular router that's going to handle just adding the printed silicon to this inscriber, because it does seem to be getting stuck where it's trying to send other circuits into here. So let's try this. There we go. Wunderbar. We are out of channels. What am I going to do about that? Problem temporarily solved by adding all of these to the top side of the controller. We'll come back to this in a bit. One blazing reactor is done. One thing I didn't realize that I learned through the live stream is that supremium hose are actually indestructible. So we don't have to wait until all the modium in order to get an indestructible hose. So probably the easiest way to go about this is just to add recipes for everything, and that's the scythe. Don't make the scythe. There we go. Yeah, so we just need recipes for all of these ingots and everything, all the way up to the supremium tier. Alright, there's every pattern we need for this here. And here's to hoping that I have enough prosperity shards for this. Oh, cool, we do. It only takes 80. Oh, and I have a few more than 80. Awesome. Okay, so allegedly, this is indestructible. So if we put this in here, it'll start working. No durability is taken. Oh, beautiful. And now this will just run forever. No need to put any more diamond hose in there. And we'll get a second one for our Inferium farm. Beautiful. Now we shouldn't have to worry about maintaining this anymore, which is good because I'm ready for it to take another seed. Alright, Niotic Crystal Seed, so that we can get the next tier of powah reactor. Oh, I forgot we can do this automatically now, but whatever. Cool, and then once we have this, we should be able to go upgrade our reactor to the next tier. We just need a little bit more essence. And we can start working on a tier after that. The next tier is the Spirited Crystals tier. And these are made by energizing compressed blocks of emeralds. So let's hope we have enough of those. So we'll need to charge up these compressed blocks of emeralds, which may take a while. Another fun project we can do today is make the Flux network, which is actually going to be super simple to do. We just need to go ahead and find that obsidian block from the start. Then we're going to toss some redstone down and place a piece of obsidian above it and left click it. This is going to get us a whole bunch of flux dust, which we can then turn into a block somehow. Guess we need some of these flux cores. And then we can make a flux block. And this way we can make more flux without having to use the obsidian. So we can just place this block down and then make it the same way. Get lots of it. So not too complicated to get that dust. But then we're going to turn this dust into some wireless power, basically. We'll need to make recipes for both the flux plug and the flux point. The flux plug we're going to take and attach to our power sources here. And we may as well go ahead and add one of each of these to each of our reactors. And then in here, we're going to create a new network. We'll make this one the power sources. Then if we remove all of the cables coming out of our power sources here, all that power should start going into the flux plugs, I thought. Oh, it's still coming out of here. That's why. We want to make sure that we bypass the limit on this because there will be a transfer limit by default, and we definitely don't want that. Now, I thought that it would be coming into here. Let me test this out by just putting it into a battery. Okay, so this is getting power, which means these are sending power into the flux plugs and receiving it from the flux point. So now, anytime we need wireless power, we just attach a flux point to where we need it. So for example, we can come back here to our ME system and attach this right on up. So that way we don't have to worry about all of the cabling everywhere. We can even get rid of all of this actually now. So yes, this is going to make power transfer a whole lot easier because anytime we need power, we can just attach one of these flux points to where we need it. We won't have to worry about all of the cables needed or the transfer rates of everything, and it should just work wonderfully. Wireless power, love it. And it's super easy to get, actually. Just to clean everything up, I've moved all of our energizing rods over here to a separate space from our reactors, so it wasn't clogging up all that space. I'm also definitely going to need more uraninite seeds, so let's make some more of those. I forgot about red fertilizer. This guy will speed up our crop growth and make it so that all the crops grow faster and we get more of them. Oh yeah, now these are definitely growing way faster. Beautiful. Mostly that problem was just because I wasn't getting enough uranite, but hopefully now we are getting some more and we're good to go. And with all that mess put together, I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today's episode. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Also, if you're watching this video, I'm streaming today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch it. Bye!